Hello, everyone. If you're new or returning, I'm Joy, and this is Joy's Journey. And thank you so much for stopping by. I am so excited. I wanted to jump on here really quickly, and well, it's not going to be really quickly. I'm going to be honest with you guys up front. This is probably going to be a lengthy video because I have so much to talk about. My kids are home, my family's home, so I apologize up front about any noises that you hear. But I wanted to jump on here and talk about everything that's going on, some of the things that I'm loving, and how I am going to be choosing my next purchases with my handbag. So I am going to talk about these handbags, but before I'm going to set these to the side, but before I get into them, I wanted to tell you guys about some things that I have been loving. And so, because it's going to be a lengthy video, you guys can change your settings and speed it up or just kind of skip to the areas of the video that you are going to find interesting. I wanted to share with you guys today. Which is new for me, but I'm still new in my channel. So it is something that is a part of me. So I wanted to share it with you guys. It's some books that I have been reading. I have a few of them here, and I'm going to go with the last few books that I have been reading and what I'm going to be reading next coming up. I just finished this book. It's called, and I took the book cover off. I don't know what I did with it. And the reason I took it off, I actually wrote in this book, highlighted things in this book because it's your book, right? And I think I grew up in an era where you have to, be nice to the books, be gentle with them, almost treat them like a Bible. Like you don't write in it, you don't fold anything, you keep it nice and pristine. And so, with this book, I was like, you know what? It's my book and I want to make it my own. So you're probably not gonna be able to see, but like I did highlight some and things that I thought were, catching or things that I want to, go back and think about a little bit deeper. But this book, sorry, I just started rambling, got so excited. This book is called All the Colors of the Dark by Chris Whitaker. This is a great book. I really enjoyed this book. This is the last book I read. It is about 600 pages. This is a good one, very detailed. And for me, that is what I love about books. The more detail, the better. I want to feel like I'm in the scene in the book. I want to, I want you to give so much detail that I can smell the air or the seasonings in your meal, whatever they're talking about. I want all the detail. So this book actually goes a little bit deeper because it also talks about crime. So if you're a crime junkie, I like crime. I like those types of things. So this book gives a little bit of everything: crime, love, family, secrets, loyalty. Um, I love this book. This is a great, great read. And it's, you know what? It's crazy because with some books, you and someone else can read a book and get totally two different things from the book. So, these are just my views and my opinions and things that I am loving. The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. This was a good book. Again, this book talked more about culture, different cultures coming together. I did take some notes on this. I think I did. Different cultures coming together, about honor, loyalty, vulnerability, missed moments and opportunities. So I did think this was good. Personal connections and relationships, and how, how those things can go really far within a relationship. Um, One thing, I did have a hard time reading this book. I actually had to go back and ask myself, why am I reading this book? This has like some triggers in it because it talks about race. And in 2025, I really am not interested in reading anything that has to do with race. I've lived it. I don't need to read about it. Okay. But I did have to pause this book and go look on Amazon and say, why am I reading this book? Because the reviews, people raved and raved about this book. So I wanted to read it. I even think President Obama had referenced this book. I believe so. I can't remember. However, it was a slow build for me. I did finish the book. I did enjoy it. However, this book was about 400 pages. So 600 versus 400. I wanted more detail. I felt like this book maybe ended a little too quickly for me. I could have used another 100 pages easily, easily. But once I got into the book, I couldn't put it down. So this was a great read. This book is called The Cemetery of Untold Stories. This was also fiction. Um, and this was a different book. I felt like this, you really had to kind of use your imagination and kind of like go kind of go along with the writer. But the Heaven and Earth grocery store, I don't think the title does it justice. Um, the titles are okay, but you cannot, what's that saying? You cannot judge a book by its cover, and you cannot judge this book by the title. I think it's a great book. It was very frustrating for me because, like I just said, I like detail. This book was only 200, about 250 pages. I needed way more detail. So you see that this book is getting thinner and thinner and thinner as we go. I need more detail. So this was a great book. I always try to get something that I can use in my own life when I'm reading or doing anything. What are the untold stories that I have? What am I gonna do with those untold stories? Like, am I gonna let them eat me alive? So this was a good book, and I just put my own little spin on it to kind of help me get through the book because this was a hard read because I needed way more detail. But this was a good read, and I do recommend it. So those are the books that I have read and I have enjoyed. This is Margaret Atwood's. It's called The Testaments. But if any of you guys watch The Handmaid Tales, this is supposed to be the sequel. I read this maybe 2 years ago whenever they took this last hiatus, like, because I couldn't take it. I needed to know before this last season came out. I needed to know what was going to happen. I just couldn't take it. It was driving me nuts. And so I read this book and was upset because it was a huge, and there's no spoilers, but it was a huge gap from where the episodes ended to where this book picked up picked up at. And so I didn't know that. When I at the end of the Handmaid's Tales, they'll have like where the actors or the director or like the author, she especially with Margaret Atwood, this last season, at the end of this last season, she basically talked about why she wrote the books, what her vision was, and wanting to empower women, which is everything that I am. I'm a feminist at heart. And so listen to her talking about, a lot of things about religion comes from a male perspective. And she wanted to write a book that was based on the woman's perspective. And so the series, the Handmaid's Tale series, basically would take like a chapter of what she wrote and expanded it. So even though the book and the series are night and day, in my view, they still go together. And so now that I've completed this series, I want to go ahead and try to reread this and see if that kind of helps me at all. So those are my books that I've been reading and I have been enjoying. And I just wanted to share that with you all just because that's another side of me that I haven't shared on this channel. But with that, let's get to probably okay. So I have some handbags with me, okay? And so this is, like I said, it's gonna be a lengthy video, but I'm gonna try to speed this part up. I have been loving this channel. I have been loving recording and figuring out what I like in handbags and what I don't. As a mom, I do feel like sometimes I don't have like my own thing or my own little hobbies or things that I like to do. So, like this channel and these handbags, this is kind of it for me. I love this. But I would do it even if I wasn't, recording it. I love recording it because I have someone to talk to about it. Because my friends in real life are sick of me. So I wanted to do this because I am in the process of getting ready to buy a new handbag and it's going to be pricey. So when I am getting ready to buy a significant make a significant purchase, I like my cousin says I am really thinking about it, making life decisions because I don't want to waste my money. Um and so I just kind of wanted to let you guys in on how what my process is. Your process may be different. Have a handbag journal. Okay. This I made this on my own. I got on Canva and just kind of you're not gonna probably be able to see it. But I don't have good handwriting, which is why I'm not like all showing you guys everything. But all I do is write down the date that I wore it, the brand, which bag it was, and the color. Just real quick, I jot it down. And what this has allowed me to do is see what handbags I am wearing, how often I am wearing them, and then the second part of that, the colors that I'm wearing. I'm gonna be honest, I had recently just did a video, where are we going? And that was fun. And that really made I had an aha moment where I realized that I sincerely do not have a handbag that I could just get rid of today. Maybe one, which you would probably see in that last video, where I would be okay with departing. But even if I wanted to get a new bag, I don't think there was any way that I can, and you guys haven't even seen my whole handbag collection, but I couldn't get rid of one of my handbags to get a new one because I just love them all. Every handbag that I've picked has literally been put time and thought into that. Um, I am going to insert a video of me unboxing a Tabby 33 during the Coach summer sale. I thought that was a beautiful bag. I've seen so many people review that bag, and I was like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. And it was on sale. What, if I don't like it, I can send it back. What is there to lose? So I ordered the bag. Actually, I had to call a couple different places and they had to send me a pay link, and that's how I got the bag. So the bag came, beautiful bag. And when people compare it to a Chanel, not in the quality, okay, I'm not saying that, but in the style and the silhouette and the features, that's what I understand when people compare it to a Chanel. Not necessarily the quality, but the features and things like that. I absolutely understood what they meant when I received that bag and I opened it. My lifestyle, I like something a little bit more durable. I like canvas. And I did not know that until I started my journey and started writing down what was working and what was not working. That Tabby 33 is a beautiful handbag. It's too soft for me. It's just too soft. I was nervous to even touch it. I have long nails. Today they're not pointy, but when I go and get them done, I may change up and do, a different thing and they may be pointy. I was afraid that I would scratch it. I have jewelry on. Would that scratch it? So I was really concerned about the wear and tear on that bag. Number one, that was my biggest concern was the wear and tear. Number two, the life that I live, okay, I don't know about anyone else's life, but the life that I live, I don't have a lot of like independent time to where I would need a beautiful bag like that. I just don't. That I could put my things in and carry it for a week. I would be too afraid that something would happen to it. It's so in that sense, I understand why people are comparing it to Chanel's. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So that brings me to the bags that I have in front of me. Canvas. Another thing that I have been learning by journaling is that I like the canvas. I already told you that. I also have been wearing the large Rowans. Now, I may switch out and go into another handbag, but then a week later, I'm back into this bag. Um, I have several large Rowans. Where's the other one? And so I'm gonna move this Speedy out the way really quickly. And so, it can look like, oh my God, Joy, you were doing unboxings left and right, but there was a method to my madness. Okay. And the method, turn around. This is also a large Rowan. And what I was trying to figure out behind the scenes is, w- could I live? This is what I would consider a fun bag. However, red could be considered a neutral as well. It just depends on your collection, what you wear. This for me is a fun bag. This is a cute bag. My powder pink, cute bag. Those are fun, but those are not going to be everyday bags because if I'm wearing something that's going to clash with it, what I realized by journaling is that I changed it. So that also, I'm gonna set this over here a little bit. Maybe push it up so you can see. But what I have been noticing is that I have been wearing, this is my Speedy 25. I love this handbag. But what I have been noticing is that I keep coming back to my large Rowan. And I think the reason I come back to the large Rowan is because my Speedy is just not big enough. I do get a lot of wear out of this. However, I do wish that it was bigger. So let me go back a little bit. I am looking for a new handbag. I didn't say this before, but I'm a summer baby. My birthday is in the summertime. So I believe that you have the whole quarter, the whole quarter to get your birthday needs met. Okay. I didn't make the rules. I'm just telling you what has been passed down to me. Okay. So if you're a summer baby, and your birthday was in August, which is what we're in now, you have until the end of September to for people because everybody's living their lives, they're doing things, they're not thinking about your birthday. You may run into them, they're like, oh, it's your birthday, no problem. Happy birthday to me. Thank you. We can still go out, we can still do you can still send me a gift, whatever. You have the whole entire season. Okay? That's how I think about it. So for my birthday, this is what I'm trying to do is get a new handbag. And so this is my process on but what handbag am I going to be getting? Okay? I don't have unlimited funds. I don't, I'm not a billionaire. So when I'm making these purchases, I really want to make sure that I'm getting something that I am going to use. And I'm a quick learner. I bought a bag because it was cute and I did not use it. And I will never make that mistake again. And so this is again how I'm narrowing it down. The most used handbags that I have are the large Rowan and my Speedy in my collection so far this year. Okay, I'm gonna set this to the side. I know I want to get a new handbag. I know that I have several large Rowans. I only have one Speedy 25. Because I have been using the large Rowans, which are comparable to the Louis Vuitton Speedy 30. Now, the dimensions are different, but it's not significant. This is very, very, very comparable. Okay. The Speedy 30 is a tad bit smaller, but I'm saying tad bit. Okay. So, based on my usage, I know for my birthday, I want to get a Speedy. Okay. And I am trying to figure out I know it's going to be a Speedy 25. I love this Damier Ebene. Love it. Why? Because of the carefree. I love canvas. It is very carefree. I don't have to worry about water, stains, and even really scratching. The wear and tear on this, I don't really see anything. I see most of the wear I see is on the handles where it's starting to wrinkle maybe a little bit and on the strap, but that's to be expected. Here I have the Graceful TM. Love, love, love this bag. This bag is so soft. I love this print, and this is a classic print to me. I actually have a band scarf, like a bandeau wrapped around the handle because I do not like the fuss of the vachetta, the babying of the vachetta. Now, vachetta is leather. It is a raw leather. It is made, and I know I'm preaching to the choir, it is made to patina, so darken over time. I'm sorry, I should have did this before I got on here. Okay, and as you can see, mine is doing is, you know, patina looks good. Okay, and it's doing what it's supposed to do. The canvas is amazing. Amazing. When I'm thinking about my new bag, I'm thinking about what the things that I do want. I know I love this, a bigger size. This is way too small. I know that the large Rowan is something that I'm using quite frequently. So now I'm kind of stuck between which one do I get, right? I'm gonna be honest, the leather is not even in my thought process, it's not in my budget. So I'm not even thinking anything about getting any type of leather speedy. It's just not even realistic for me, for my life, for nothing at this time. Okay. I'm not gonna put God in the box because who knows what could happen. However, I know I'm gonna get a speedy. Okay. Now, there are different types of speedies out there. And when I think of Louis Vuitton, for me, it is about the classics and just that's kind of what I gravitate towards. And everyday handbags. If I cannot use this handbag every day, now do I literally mean every day I'm going to use that handbag? No. Just like with tennis shoes, you if you wear it every day, they're not going to last as long. I have never used this bag just raw like this. I've always had a bandeau on it. Because I want to kind of extend that patinaing process as long as I can, which is a negative for this bag. The handles, you do not have to baby it. If I had the vachetta handles on this, I would have to baby it. It is a rainy, cloudy day. I would not be able for me, I would not take this bag out. Some people can. Everybody's money situation is different. The way my pockets are set up, I can't do that. So I do baby this bag. But I love the monogram print. I love this. So that's another decision I have to make. Another thing that I'm considering is now they have the monogram bags. So you can get online Louis Vuitton's website and you can customize your Louis Vuitton Speedy. Also, another reason I got this bag because I wanted to know, would if I got a handbag that I put stripes on or stickers, would I still consider that an everyday bag? And based on my usage and what I have been recording, I do not think that I would gravitate to that bag as an everyday. As you can see, I have a lot of decisions to make. There are several Speedies out there. There's the soft Speedy 30 dark, which has the black silverware hardware with the black handles, black leather, carefree. They also have the crafty, which is a original, in my view, a classic, a spin on a classic original handbag, to bring it up to the 2025s. There's just so many different things that I can do. So this is just my process and I'm excited. What do you guys think? Do any of you guys own any of the Speedy Softs? Any Speedy 30s out there? And that's another thing with Louis Vuitton is there are even older models of the Speedy, like the World Tour that I love. Those are the Speedies with the monogram print, but then they have a black handle and gold hardware. And most of those bags do have patches on them. So thank you so much. And let me know, you guys, is your process similar to mine? What do you do? Is it something that you just see it and you like it and I like it, I love it, I bring it home, I add it to the cart? Do you do what I do? You think about it for days, weeks, and at this point, months, months. Okay, we are in months. I've been thinking about buying a Speedy 30 since last year in September. So we're almost at a whole year that I've been thinking about buying a Speedy 30. So, but that just goes to show you that I'm very, aware of the cost and I'm taking my time. What do you guys do? I would love to know. I love chatting with you guys in the comments. I may be a little slow, but I really do enjoy that. I enjoy getting to know you all and let me know. I will see you in my next video. And if you haven't watched any of my old ones, please go back and watch those. Don't forget to like, comment if you feel so. I would love to hear from you and share. And I'll see you next time. Bye.